If a dump could take a dump, that's what the cartoon Velma would be. Welcome into Voice of the Fat Mantis. Remember to smash that like button, subscribe, and keep tuning in. So I am trying to struggle with the emotions I'm having about everything going on in the Scooby-Doo / Velma world. They just dropped a trailer for the new Velma. That's HBO's re-imaging of Scooby-Doo, trying to make it more adult, and it's similar to Harley Quinn's animated series, as in it's childlike cartoons, it's childlike characters, but the humor is very, very adult and probably inappropriate for most. And I think they're trying to appeal to people my age, somebody who could actually remember like the cartoon when it was more popular. And I don't under. So they have. Let me remind you of the ship of Theseus. If over time, wear and tear and general rot requires you to replace pieces on the ship of Theseus, and over time you end up replacing every single inch of that ship, is it still the ship of Theseus? If that's not the ship of Theseus, what is the ship of Theseus? Now, I want you to think about this when we discuss the changes that what they've done. One, they have made Velma Southeast Asian, similar to the actress and writer who portrays her, Mindy Kaling. Then they made Shaggy. They have him going by his government name, Norville, and they've made him black. And then they've made Daphne, similar to the actress who plays her, Constance Wu, as in they've made her Asian. And then they just kept Fred white. I'm assuming he's either going to be the butt of the jokes or he's probably going to be an LGBT character. It's so obvious. It's almost blatantly obvious. And they made Scooby-Doo nobody. Scooby-Doo has been edited out of his own franchise based on the concept that the writer and showrunner said he didn't know how to make it work or make it funny in the modern age, despite the fact that they're making a cartoon. I mean, you could really do anything with Scooby-Doo. You could have a talking dog, because it's a cartoon, or you could have the talking be a figment of Norville's imagination, or if Norville's gonna be smoking weed, which, by the way, you made the guy who's cowardly and hides from things and smokes weed all day black. I don't even know what to say to you on that. But they could say after he smokes weed, that's what Scooby-Doo is. He's a figment of his imagination. They could really have done anything, chose to admit him. And it comes down to one thing. It is clear that they have gutted the original franchise of everything that it is. So what is the point of using these characters? It just goes to show you that HBO Max does not know what they're doing. HBO Max seems to be greenlighting all sorts of nonsense. You know, the Penguin Show. Who asked for a Penguin Show? Or like the Sisterhood, from Dune is getting a series. They're just like out of it. Basically, in the name for woke SJW politics, they have gutted this series, and I take personal offense to this. It's funny. The counterpoint will always be that there's an assumption that they know why we're angry about what's going on. They assume that we're a bunch of ists and phobes, and they say something about us, and it's almost like the fact that their main thing that they're doing is swapping out the races is now made a shield against any criticism, that they could make a truly craptacular show and there's nothing we can do about it, because if we complain, we get put in that bracket. That kind of shaming people, it's shaming us into silence, and I, for one, am not going to play into that. Now, being a fan of many different things, people have the right to nitpick and be angry about any change, including a racial or gender one. I'm sorry, I don't care how sensitive you are. People flip out about the slightest thing about a character change from page to screen or from cartoon to live action. You could change someone's their costume or something about them, the way their superpower works or something, and people will usually get angry about it. And I think that it's all right. We're very protective of these things that we invest so much time and energy in. And so therefore, we have a right to complain about any change. We reserve the right to complain about any and all changes you make. And I just think that this is one too many changes in just such a short time. It's just like so unnecessary. It's like they're trying to be trolls or something. I think they're trying to cater to people my age who remember its height of popularity. I mean, I remember when I was a small child, but I'm saying they did team up with Batman at some point. And that, I was like, oh, snap, Batman's friends with the Scooby Gang. It was freaking amazing. Mystery Inc., they are so epic and important to me. They taught me to be inquisitive and curious and to always fight for good, truth, justice, and the American way. If they make them non-Americans, I'm gonna lose my Now, this is not the first time that they try to update Scooby-Doo. In 2010, probably the coolest rendition, in my opinion, of Scooby-Doo came out, and I actually watched it, called Mystery Incorporated, and it focused on all the characters, and it actually gave them bigger plots. And for instance, they even explored Shaggy and Velma getting together, all sorts of things teenagers go through, including issues about going to prom. Is she beautiful? Is she liked? Bullying, friendships, things like that. They actually gave them deeper plots and not just hunting monsters all the time. And I really enjoyed that one, and I think it was good. Now, just because you make something edgelord or update something to be a little darker does not necessarily mean it sucks. That is certainly not what I am saying. But I think that they went way too far in this particular case, and I think they're only serving to alienate people rather than to bring us together. The real question is, HBO Max, why are you trying to build walls instead of build bridges? I'm certainly not going to tune in. I'm not even going to review it ironically. I've got other things to do with my time and energy. I'm just really disappointed in HBO Max. And this is why you had to be bought. This is why someone had to buy you and pull you out of the flames, because you produce crap all the time. And there were one or two shows that I was fanatical on HBO Max, but you've canceled them, or should I say Discovery has canceled them because, well, you don't have your house right, man. So in conclusion, when we're talking about what is the ship of Theseus, well, at least when it came to Vision and the White Vision, they came to the conclusion that the Vision with the soul is the actual Vision. That's what I took from that scene. That White Vision, even after gaining the memories of Vision, he doesn't have his soul, and therefore he's nothing but the fancy new ship. And the other Vision, who's made out of magic and doesn't have an original piece at all to him, still has the most important part, the essence. I'm telling you right now, this adaptation doesn't have the essence. It's an abomination. It's a monstrosity. Satanic forces are responsible for this. The creators of this will burn in hell. And as Velma says in the trailer,
I hope you die.
Okay, that's... I'm of course kidding. I'm of course kidding. Kid. Oh, why did you make me make this video? That's my 2 cents. But what did you guys think about it? Please let me know down in the comments. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And keep tuning in to Voice of the Fat Mantis for more very opinionated rants and raves. And more coverage on the piece of garbage that is Velma. Until next time, ciao.